I'm back ever so quickly. Another request. I'm trying to catch up with the requests, and this is on Julian Assange. Now, he is a strange guy. I think he is on the spectrum. I think that's understood. We all know his background. So, what is happening now is Ecuador is over housing Julian Assange. He has to move on. They thought they could do it by cutting off his internet. I think that was a stroke of genius. So what's going to come up for Julian Assange? What sort of deal will he strike to avoid being jailed forever in the United States? So, two little readings. So, what's next for Julian Assange? Julian, what's happening? Little general one to start with him. All right, well, something's finally going to give. Right, the Three of Wands. This has sort of leapt to my second question, really. Will he do a deal? So, yes, he will. So, the Three of Wands, is about transactions and deals. Successful transactions and deals. In the Thoth deck, it's called Virtue. So, he has the potential to do that. In his recent past, indolence, well, he's been forced into, whatever, 6 years, is it? Some phenomenal length of time where he's been in a room, just waiting for his luck to change. So, yes, that's what's happening there. He has a victory. So under Virtue, he has a victory. A victory is coming. So it might be possible for him to leave fairly soon. And his outcome, the Knight of Cups, charging back into the fray on some level. It's Cups, which is emotion, but also we forget sometimes with Cups, it's imagination and perception. So I think that means he's going to do something creative. It could be a creative project around his life. Like he had to do something for the last 6 years. He's probably been writing the autobiography. It will probably be made into a film or something like that. I see it as some sort of quite large creative project. So I want to know a little bit more, which is, will he dish the dirt on the Trump campaign to get this deal? So let's see, Julian. Oops. This silk is too slippery. Oh, yeah. Well, he's probably slippery. It's probably very appropriate. So, let's see. I might just cut these cards a few times. Will Julian spill the beans on the Trump campaign? Oh, he'd have some very juicy stuff. So, the question. Will Julian Assange spill the beans on the Trump campaign? It's got to be something big for him to get this deal. Will Julian Assange spill the beans? Okay. Well, his main card, Prince of Swords. Now, if you can see it on this poxy camera, it's very like the Chariot. It's very forceful. It's a wheeled vehicle, roaring forward. So he's been quite aggressive now in trying to broker this deal. In the past, the recent past, he's failed to get that deal. This is called failure. So this is the Seven of Pentacles, which in Thoth is failure. So in the past, he's failed. He then has the Prince of Discs. He's got the Prince of Swords, now the Prince of Discs, which is an infinitely more sort of robust and successful attempt to do this. Now, if you look at these two princes together, that's the Chariot-like one roaring forward. And this too is a chariot, this time led by the bull, the globe of the world. I think he's going to be more successful. And the Ten of Cups, which in Thoth is called satiety, or being sated with something, like having what you need. So that to me says he will get what he needs. But does that mean it's because of the deal? Oh, Prince, he's got three princes. Things are moving forward. And a third chariot. Oh my God. So having been stuck in a cupboard for 6 years, he's now got all this momentum out. So I would go as far as to say he has actually either already struck the deal, because there's so much movement here, or it's primed, it's ready to go. So in answer to the question, he's prepared to give up whatever it takes to get out and get going. What is Dominion? Okay, so this is the Two of Wands, which is a transaction, which is a deal. But I'm not quite finished, because yeah, he's going to do the deal, but I want to know now, what has he got? What is the sort of information he's got on the Trump campaign? So the answer to that question to me was quite clear. He is prepared to do a deal, like do the dirty on the Trump campaign and give up what he knows. But what is it? I can't guarantee I'll get a specific outcome, but let's have a good look. So let me think about the question. So what information does he give up? What information does he give up? What information does Julian Assange give up? What was the information? Okay, interesting. Eight of Wands. This is now going to happen quite quickly. Eight of Wands is always about speed and things happening quickly, right? So it involves what is usually the World card. This is the universe. And that's an interesting distinction in this deck, because if it was the World card, if I was using my other deck, it would be quite clear that he has information on the Trump campaign involving players in the rest of the world. But the universe implies cyber world as well. There's something bigger about the universe. The next card is fascinating. So it's the 10 of Trumps, the money card, fortune, reversed. So, given that the question was, what dirt does he have? The dirt that he had was money pouring out. It could even be money he received from the Trump campaign. So it was reversed. It was dirty money. It was a crooked deal. So I think he's going to talk about what he was offered or what he was given to play the particular role he did in it all. We now have the Five of Cups, which is disappointment. This is going to be disappointing, not necessarily for Julian, but for the other parties. Mueller doesn't need any more information, I'm sure, than what he's got. Everything he's getting now is either cementing a case he's got, or it trumps, sorry about the pun, what he's got. So he might have something at this level and some new informant can give him something that's much higher and of more value. So this is going to be a significant disappointment for those fighting all the charges with the campaign. So there we go with Julian Assange. As I see it, he's either doing a deal or he has done a deal about the Trump campaign and spilled his guts. Okay, everyone, I'm going to now do an update on Mueller. Bye now.